Today is tax day, Tuesday, April the 15th, 2025, about 1:15 in the afternoon. We are still at Caddo Lake State Park, and we're going to try to do all 4 trails today, which they're not that long actually, just some uphills and stuff. But you see we're starting on the Triple C cut through, and the amphitheater's right over there to the right, it says. It starts off with these big rock steps here. So we're going to go up these things and see just how far we can get. You see a lot more rocks up through here, a lot of roots. A lot of these trails in these state parks definitely have their roots. And some have some good sized rocks, so you just got to kind of watch where you step, what you're going into. Good thing is the high today is only supposed to go to 75 degrees. We got plenty of shade in this forest, so it shouldn't be too bad that way. Right now I'm not really feeling the humidity, so hopefully it stays that way too. And make this a good walk. And you see all these rock stairs again. A lot of big trees. That's a bathroom over there. And then this goes on up through here. So when I come out of this and start the next little trail, because this is only like 2/10 of a mile, and then I'll show you that. Alright, so we got up here to the top of this first hill, and you see we are right here. Alright, so we just started from here, but this is all uphill here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, this blue, and then you see this green right here. We're going to take this green all the way down, back around, and then we're going to cut off here and take this spur, just like that, get on this red one, take it up and around, back over to here, and then come right down, then we're going to go right back. Now this is the road right here. We're actually at this point right here. So we got to walk across this. So when we come here, we got to come all the way back and then do that, and then we'll be done. So you can see these aren't all that long. 7/10, that says 7/10, 2, and so, but it's these hills that'll get you. Most of these are moderate. Anyway, when you come in this park, I pointed out, I think the other day, but when you come in from the office up that way, and you'll come down this road, and this is a really steep hill when you're towing, so you got to go slow and go careful right there. And then when you come out, it's not near the hill coming back up. So, but that one's steep. But anyway, the CCC cut through goes right across this road right here, and here we got a camper coming. Boy, talk about timely. We got these stairs, these wood slots here coming. Then here goes that Airstream right there. So they're getting ready to go down that big hill I just showed you. But these are pretty high steps here. I gotta say. I mean, that's like over a foot down. Now this one's lower if I go to this end. And then over here is easy. See, you got to pick and choose what way you go. But you can see this part here is a very, very wide path. Got great big trees. And that's the thing you'll notice if you come here. You'll notice there's a lot of truly big around trees and very, 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 very tall trees. So you do get that here. You do get swampland and all of that, so you gotta enjoy the park, especially like I said, for all this shade here. That's what definitely makes it nice. So I do like that. But anyway, we'll keep going, and I'll show you when we get to the next point here. Okay, so we've come down most of the steps, not all of the steps, but you see this sign right here, the CC cut through, Sawmill Pond, and the Caddo Forest Trail. It goes to the right there, of course. And so that's right down there. We're going to be coming back through there. But this sign tells you Pine Ridge Loop and Cabins goes this way, and that's why we're going. So we're starting on the green trail right here, but when we come back, we will come right through there, and then we'll be going backwards right where we came through. So let's go through here and take a look. You see this is a much more narrow trail. Got these log cut out here. Got more roots, of course, like always. If there wasn't roots in these things, I guess there wouldn't be anything now, would there? But here we go through this trail. There's some sun. But you see again, like always, it's mostly shade. So it's not bad. So we're going to keep on going. And then I'll show you whatever we can find of interest on this one. Or whenever we start the next trail. So let's keep on going. Okay, I've been walking uphill for quite some time. But you see this tree right here? It is completely peeled. Look at that, I mean like a banana or something. All the way up there where it's busted off. I mean look, they're coming and embracing that tree right there. All the way down in here to the weeds. I've never seen that before. So that is new. So that was definitely worth bringing to you. And look at all these little purple flowers right here. Those are pretty. Tiny fungi. But you can see the trail is still thin. Almost tripped over a vine right there. So you do got to be careful as you come up through here. So this really has been a lot of uphill. I mean, this is nothing here. Well, we just came up. You lean way forward in it to get yourself going. So these are short trails, but man, you do got to be in some shape because these will work you out. And here's some shade right through here. All right, let's keep going. Right through here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see part of the road up there. We come that way, but here on the trail, you can see we come right here to this nice wooden bridge. It looks really, really good. Let's see, I don't believe, at least I don't hear any water running. Yeah, I don't see any either now. But you can see down there, it's a ways down there, probably 15 feet or so. And down here is probably 20, if you go all the way to the bottom, it's probably 25. Especially out through there. But no water. But anyway, here's the bridge. It's a short bridge. Here's what the flooring looks like on it. And then we come right off of it. And right on with the trail. And that big crooked tree up there. Alright, let's see what else we can find that's fun. Okay, I just wanted to show you, we've come down to the road. That's the dump station. This is the cabin areas that you can rent here. Very shady, nice area. But anyway, where we actually just came from was right there. And you can see this sign right here will tell you Pine Ridge Loop, both to the left and straight ahead, which is that way. So we're heading straight ahead because, like I said, we just came from that direction. So we're going to go up here, and this should lead us to the red trail, if I remember right. And then, we'll check that one out. It's nice and flat now, and you can see this one's actually widened way out here, so not a thin trail anymore. So at least this way, if you ever come here, you want to do these trails the same type of way as we're doing, then you'll know what to expect before you ever try it. Alright, yeah, so see these little red flowers of some sort? I'm not sure what these are. They almost look like tiny little red chili peppers. Okay, I'm being told that they look like a red version of honeysuckle, which is usually yellow and whitish, kinda. See those right there? And then this one right here. That gives you a great look at it. Alright, let's keep going again. See, hopefully we can find something else that's good. Alright, we were coming down this way. So that's where we came from. Then we ran across this beautiful woman. Here's the spur. And if you look on this sign right here, you see Pine Ridge Spur, and that's what we want. Straight ahead that way. The Pine Ridge Loop continues on down that way. So we're taking the spur, taking this around to the red trail, and then follow that all the way around, and then come back up, and then that'll lead us wind up back to the that CCC cut through trail, and then we'll be doing that all the way back. So that'll be a little bit different on the first part of it. But again, you can see this pretty wide area down through here, and still thick with forest and everything. But we'll keep going and seeing what we can find. All right, we haven't come very far, and you see these little flowers. We've passed quite a few of these actually on this walk. But look at here. Here's a different one. We haven't seen the pink one. So right there's the pink along with the purple or the blue, whatever you want. And see over here's these purplish blue ones just all together. And this is the way we've been seeing them. But with that over there, I had to bring you the difference. So again, I think that's worthy of viewing. Okay, now once again, we came from that direction. And right here's where we came. Now I thought when we got to the split, it was going to go straight, but it don't. That up there says that it's closed to the public. There's a bar across there. But you see that sign right there does tell you this is the trail. So at least from here, you can already see this sign down here. Now we haven't been down here yet, but we should be going to the right to do the trail that we're wanting to do here. Get past all these roots. And you can see that sign over there says trail. Oh, now this just says life of a dead tree. Okay. But yeah, but see, this goes that way, and this has got to be where we're heading, I think. So we're going to test it and find out. All right, so I wanted to show you this sign here. See, it says Highwater Haven. That's the guy I don't want to meet. He's the funny guy to meet. You can have bats here, it shows, but look at this. They got a little 3D frog here. Look at that. See that depth zoom right there? And then here, a turtle. 3D. That's his head right there. His shell, of course. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we've come around. Back to the right there. And you can see here it says boat ramp is straight ahead, but also Caddo Forest Trail straight ahead and to the left. So what we're doing is we're going to be doing this way. And then we'll be wrapping back around, so this kind of puts us official on the red trail here. So we're going to go down, see what else we can find on this one now. But we're going through these trails pretty rapidly. I know that these aren't big, like I said to begin with, but because of the uphills, the downhills, the rocks, the everything, the roots and all that, it gets kind of crazy. But look through here and look at all these purple flowers in this whole area. I mean, they are in a bunch. This is the most I've seen on all these trails we've done. And you see that we've got these big step down areas here and a lot of rocks and crazy stuff. But again, it's a big wide trail going down through here. And there's a little building coming up down here. Picnic shelter or something maybe. Here, don't go anywhere, okay? Stay with me. Ooh, hey. Yeah. Stone and log. Okay, I think we're about to run across the CCC building. Is what I believe we're about to run across here, so that's new. Here. This is a short leaf pine. Now here, we get the job done. Hard times, Delano Roosevelt there, Franklin, who kept us in the Depression way, way longer than we ever need it to be. But you can see there's some innocent Americans just trying to make a living at the time, so I don't blame them at all. But look at this. This is all stone. Some wood over there on the side. We'll see that in a second. But here, I just want to show you. See, nice big wooden. And you can hear that wood, so that goes all the way through. And you see we got great big steps right here. So let me step down in here. Oh! Wooden at the top, as you can see. wood pole right there to help hold it up. And then all of this, look at this. All stacked stone on the corners. Ain't that cool? Very, very nice. And then it just comes out right here. And I'm surprised there ain't no picnic tables or nothing in here. And then right here, look at this. This is rock bench that you could set anywhere in here. And then right there just goes the forest. Okay. And here it is right back inside of it. So we'll be checking things out and going on down the trail. All right, so we got through here. And you can see I'm just showing you the building from here. And we've come down these steps. And you see the way these things are made. I know you can see it right there. And they're just big blocks of some sort. We've got these cuts in them. And you see, it goes down quite the ways there. So you see these steps. So I'll tell you what, let's do this with a time lapse. And you can see the rest of this. I don't know how far this goes, and that should be fun. All right, so stick around for a second. Okay, so I just finished that time warp of the steps, so hopefully that looks pretty good. But you can see right here at the bottom of the stairs, we get this bridge, so I wanted to show you this to you. I mean, this is pretty thick logs here on this thing. And right down here, check this out. We do have water, you know. Seems like we generally don't have water anymore in these things, but look here. These are all cypress knees you see going up through here. Well, some tree roots too, but most of these are knees, as they're called. Right there's the end of the bridge. This is a short bridge. And then over here, look here. Now that is a tall knee right there, and those aren't too shabby either. And look through there. So these are pretty tall, and that's gigantic roots all the way through there. Look at that. They've dug themselves into the water. I mean, that tree, that's a pretty good sized tree. He is feeding himself well. He knows where to get his water source at, so he's done it. Great big trees here in front of us. Let's finish off the bridge right there. And we'll go down here. And I'm going to finish this part of it up just by showing you this one last little thing I see. And that last little thing is this little bench they've made. You see? With the little logs. Look at that. It's like Lincoln logs stacked up down there. And then that half log there. And we have bountiful bottomlands. And oh my goodness, look at this. So on this one, they have put the snake on here in 3D. Look, show you my finger. You see that? He is 3D. And then this little guy, he's a marbled salamander. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean, come on. Who doesn't know what a marbled salamander is? But there he is in 3D. You see my finger underneath his throat there. So that's pretty cool. Look at there. Look at that guy blowing out his neck there. Cute little bird right there. He's a prothonotary warbler. I mean, duh, who doesn't know that? And then you can see right there all the knees and everything. So pretty cool. And so we'll keep going through here. And well, you know, I promised I was going to shut this off, but I gotta go for one more second because right here is another little bridge. Here, just show you that thing. Giant cane, it says. But anyway, we got this little bridge. I like the bridges. Pretty good logs holding these things up, man. And this one's got even more water. Now, there ain't no knees or anything in this, but look at that. That's a solid reflection right through there. Big old vine over there. Look at those two trees right there. And look at the sun bouncing off that water. And it rolls right on through there. And finally, you see, that is the boat ramp. Straight ahead, that takes us straight out of here. And the short loop will take us that away. So I believe that's the way we got to go. So let's figure that out, and I'll see you on the next clip. So they didn't lie about the short loop. It definitely was that. And you see, it just goes back where we came from. The Caddo Forest Trail, you see, goes through there. But even though it don't point to it, it goes here. You see this great big tree, and we've got this little bridge. And you don't always have to show you the bridges. So it's just a very short little bridge here. But again, check it out. We've got water. And again, these things rarely have water in them anymore, it seems like. So I like to show you both sides. And we got plenty of water running through here. But anyway, we're going to go down here. This should take us back to the CCC cut-through trail. We'll be doing that. And at that point, I'll be closing out this video if there's nothing new on it. So hope you've enjoyed it so far. Let's see what else we got. Okay, well, we went to the right like I showed you, but like this sign doesn't point there. That just takes you back to the boat ramp we just learned, so we had to come back. It's very short, no big deal, but just wanted to save you. So if you come down through this way and you get to this point where this little bridge is, and you see this sign, you see short loop back where you came from, Caddo Forest Trail that way. We want to go this way, and then this should get us back to the cut-through trail, and then we'll finish that out, and that'll do the video. So I want to correct that part for you. So let's keep going, see if we can find anything else of interest. Okay, now I just did one little short bridge that I didn't even show, but I've come across this one. It's a little bit longer. Pretty good step up right here on this one. You got some water over there. You can see it running down there even thicker and faster. See all them trees right there. And then right here, got a hole in the bridge right there. Another good sized step down right there. And then we travel on. So, oh, here's a bigger bridge right up here actually. Okay, yeah, I think we're almost back to the CC here. Here's one of these great big benches here again. But look at that. We've got some steps right here. Quite a few steps, but look at that bridge. Gotta admit, that looks pretty nice from here. At least I think it is. Get on up these steps here. Oh yeah, see, you get to this sign right here. It says Caddo Forest Trail, left and right. The boat ramp back to the left, and the CCC pavilion, which is, yeah, okay, so that's what we were in earlier, that rock pavilion thing. And look, there's a bunch of more steps there, which we're not doing that part. But this bridge right here, and you see, I mean, this thing is wide, beautifully built. Look at the way they put this together. This is very nice. Ain't no water or anything down here under it. So this is one of the dry ones, but you can see right here, boom. Okay, so here's the Pine Ridge Loop and the CCC cut through. So you can see, we're going back this way now. We haven't done this part of the cut through, and we haven't done that part of the trail. We've cut off a little bit of these to do these cut throughs. But let's keep going and seeing them. All right, now there's this shorter bridge here. I just want to show that to you. But if you look beyond just a few steps up right there, that's the sign that we came down. When we come across this cut here, that says Pine Ridge Loop. I know you can't read it on this, but it says Pine Ridge Loop and goes that way. That's where we started. So I've shown you that section there. Okay, and it also says cabins, and you know, it's all the same thing. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a time lapse going up this cut, and then, you know, it goes across the road, and then it goes back down the other side. That way you're going to be able to see this whole cut in a very, 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 very fast pace, and it should be a little bit entertaining. So I'm going to close out this video, so hopefully you like what's coming up here, and then I'll see you on the next video.